Hillary Clinton is going to make history this evening, becoming the first woman in American history to lead a major political party.
President Obama backed Clinton in a rousing speech last night.
So this year, in this election, I'm asking you to join me to reject cynicism and reject fear, and to summon what is best in us to elect Hillary Clinton as the next president of the United States and show the world we still believe in the promise of this great nation.
The president said that he is more optimistic about the country than ever before. A contrast, he said, to the dark vision of America at the Republican convention last week. And Pat Kessler is watching all the convention proceedings and joins us now. It's all been very interesting.
Yeah, and what we saw last night is the convention and the election in microcosm, I think. Donald Trump says America is ready for change, and Hillary Clinton is calling herself a steady, capable leader. Now, the president used unusually harsh language against Trump last night, calling him a homegrown demagogue and lumping him in with fascists, communists, and jihadists.
America is already great. America is already strong. And I promise you, our strength, our greatness, does not depend on Donald Trump.
Well, the big moment of the night, I think, Hillary Clinton made a surprise walk onto the convention stage after President Obama's address. Here's the money shot for Democrats, the two of them together. Also, I'm guessing that this will end up in Donald Trump campaign commercials, because he keeps saying that the next 4 years, if Hillary Clinton is elected, will just be 4 more years of Obama. So I think both sides get what they want.
Wouldn't see a hug like that 8 years ago.
Boy, that was a tough campaign, wasn't it?
Yeah. Donald Trump still making news today, and that it all follows from yesterday's comments about Russian hackers.
Yeah, what a story. Just kidding, he says. Donald Trump telling reporters today he was just being sarcastic when he repeatedly said yesterday that Russian hackers should break into Hillary Clinton's computers and find 33,000 emails she deleted. Apparently, Trump's Vice President Mike Pence didn't get the joke. Pence issued a statement yesterday that there will be serious consequences to Russia if it meddles in the U.S. presidential election, which essentially is what Donald Trump was asking for yesterday, backing off today.
It would have been a great joke. I mean, you could hear Stephen Colbert making that, or Jimmy Kimmel, and it's funny.
But he kept getting asked about it over and over and over again, went farther and farther down the rabbit hole, and was more and more serious. And today says, hey, just joking.
Just joking.
They say, can you joke that way when you're president of the United States? That's what the pundits are saying. You can't do that, but there it is.
Well, it is the last day for Minnesota's delegation in Philadelphia. A lot of them spent the week on the national stage.
Yeah, very big week for Minnesota. Governor Dayton and Senator Klobuchar are going to address the convention tonight. And earlier today, State Representative Peggy Flanagan gave a speech. She's considered a rising Democratic star. This week, we also saw Amy Klobuchar, the senator, and Senator Al Franken, not only on stage, but at other state delegation meetings. Congressman Keith Ellison, big role, introduced Bernie Sanders on Monday night. He's one of Sanders' earliest supporters. What's kind of interesting, I think, is that Minnesota's delegation, a lot of people in it, have a really big rising national profile among the Democrats, so who knows what's going to happen in the next couple of years.
Because this is Senator Klobuchar's second time.
Second time tonight. I mean, I don't know if they can't get enough of her. She's going to talk more about Hillary Clinton, and then Governor Dayton tonight, as we said. But a lot of people wanted them to come to their delegations, the state delegation meetings, and meet with them. And that's what Franken and Klobuchar have been doing all week.
Very interesting.
You'll be around at 10, of course.
We will.
Okay, very good.